Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Cami, and I am enjoying the gorgeous weather here in the great Pacific Northwest. It's been a beautiful day, and I'm so excited to talk about light this evening. Been enjoying the the original light technology right here behind me, and that's been amazing. But I have something to share with you tonight. Actually, Joy and I have something to share with you tonight about um, how light can transform your health and wellness. So, we're here to share some information about technology that reactivates your stem cells, tells your body to do what it needs to do to activate your repair, regeneration cells, all of the things that you might have thought was impossible as you age. We're here to tell you that you might take a look at this. So we're so thankful that you joined us, and we will get started with a slide presentation that gives you more information. And then at the end, we'll have some time. We'll tell you um, how to get the technology and invite you to stay for a little bit of what we call a deep dive. It's more information about a certain topic. And tonight, Joy is starting a topic or a series on brain health, gut health, like our three brains. So I'm super excited to hear more from Joy later. Um, and she'll tell you how to get this technology. But at any point in time, connect with the person who invited you to this call and let them know, like start writing down your questions or text them your questions, because that's the point of why we do what we do. We want to get this information into your hands because you might not have heard about this kind of technology. And then we want you to ask questions and do your research and find out if this is for you. So let's start a slide presentation, and hopefully this will answer a lot of your questions. But please take the time to write down your other questions. Right, slideshow from the beginning. Here we go. So tonight we're talking about a groundbreaking use of phototherapy. Photo means light, and we are talking about a light technology that doesn't add any chemistry to your body, but it also increases your energy, enhances your focus, and boosts your performance. Athletes love this. Sorry, I'm having trouble forwarding the slide. Okay. Albert Einstein and Thomas Edison, both men who were ahead of their time and inventing and creating different things. And both of them talked about the future of medicine as being light and frequency, and focusing on prevention of disease instead of adding more chemistry to the body. And again, the future of medicine is not about treating illnesses or symptoms. It's about unlocking your body's innate ability to heal. Just so you know, Joy and I are not doctors. We are not medical professionals. We are not here to diagnose, treat, or cure medical conditions. We're going to ask you to consult with your doctor or your medical practitioner regarding your issues. And what we're sharing is for informational purposes only. Light has been used for thousands of years as a way to treat people. But more recently, in the last 100 years, we've been harnessing that in different modalities of healing.
Theater dinner, girls.
Here you go. So as we age, our stem cells decline. Newborns and young kids have bunches of these wonderful stem cells. And in case you aren't familiar, stem cells are the types of cells that can become anything your body needs. They're changeable. They're like blanks. And by the time we're 60, we only have a small percent of those cells active in our body. So you can see it's a downhill slide from there, where cells replicate, but they start aging. So tonight we're talking to you about some wearable light technology. This is a patch that you wear on your body that is activated by your own body light, and it signals your body to create copper peptide that then tells your body to release those pluripotent blank stem cells. This is a patented phototherapy product, and it is got multiple patents on our technology, actually. And we'll see if we can get this to play. Sometimes I have trouble getting the video to play. We'll see if it works for us. Okay, well, we get to talk about athletes. This company has been around for over 20 years, and it is been kind of the secret sauce. If you can imagine, if you're in the Olympics, or if you're an athlete in the professional arena and you have something that gives you an edge over your competition, why would you share it with the world? So these patches have been around for over 20 years. You can see Michael Phelps was wearing the patches. And I don't know if you guys remember the scandal where they were trying to say, oh, what is he wearing? Is he doping? And of course, his competitors were pretty unhappy that he won 8 Olympic gold medals. But so they saw those stickers and were wondering what he was doing, and it went under review. So this has been around for over 20 years, but it's only been blossoming and exploding as a company since our X39 came out in 2019. So by activating your own repair cells, these are some of the amazing benefits that you can receive. And I just have to remind you, there's no drugs or chemicals going in your body. So there's no negative side effects. This is a privately held company with over 200 patents. The number keeps growing because our founder and CEO keeps inventing amazing light technologies to help humanity. I cannot tell you how amazing the company is, and the founder of the company. He's an incredible human being. So if you are curious and you want to learn more, there's a website with a wealth of information on it. It's called startx39now.com. This is something that feel free to share with your friends. They are there's a wealth of information on here. There's a 1-minute video that explains the light technology. There's a 2-minute video that explains a little bit more about how the patches work. There are lots of testimonial videos. There's information from doctors. There's the patents. There's studies. There's so much information. Great website. One of our favorite spots on this website is about the patents and the science behind this product. So GHKCU is a copper peptide. It's something that has been studied for over 50 years, and there is a ton of research about the benefits of copper peptide. The challenge has been, how do we dose it? How do we get it into the body? Well, LifeWave has this beautiful patch that tells your body to make it with light. So there's no dosing and no overdosing or problems with putting an external substance into your body. It's amazing. But the science of how wonderful this copper peptide is has been effect. It's been so researched for, like I said, over 50 years. So I highly recommend taking a peek at the information about copper peptide. So this is something, just results from one study that was done. It was a 6-week long study, and the participants who were in this study were having their cardiovascular biomarkers measured. And so they reduced their age. They reverse aged by an average of 8 weeks. So they wore the patch for 6 weeks, but their cardiovascular age reverse aged by 8 weeks. That's pretty dang amazing. Also, another 6-week study, in everybody who participated in the study had positive results of their brain health going in the right direction. And this one is just a beautiful images of this 77-year-old woman. This is one person in the 6-week study. And you can see her brain going from a very hot brain to a cool brain 3 weeks later, and a perfectly balanced brain 6 weeks later. Everybody in this study had improved cognitive function and decreased brain inflammation. How wonderful is that? So our X39, a lot of people mention this in the first week or so of them wearing it, of improved sleep. And we know that we have different systems, different things that our body needs to do when we sleep. And the deeper we sleep, the better quality of sleep we get, the better those systems and things can happen. Our body wants to be healthy. So better sleep is super important. And by the way, a nice byproduct of that is more energy during the day. So X39, that's one of the first things that people notice when they use the X39 is better sleep at night and better quality, better energy during the day. We also have a couple of other patches that we call support patches, that if you need additional support, we have silent nights that tells your body to make more melatonin, again, helping you get a great night's sleep. And melatonin is actually being studied as a antioxidant to help your health and wellness. And Alavita is another patch that we love, and it also bumps up your melatonin production, but it's really helpful for the frontal lobe of your brain, skin, and cartilage and collagen production. So pretty amazing. So we age dramatically kind of in spurts. And I'm just going to make, this study says that, or this finding says that we age dramatically at age 50 or 44, and then again at 60. I'm going to say also things that age us dramatically are toxins and trauma. If you go through a particularly stressful time, that is going to be a time that your cells are under more stress and they age quicker. So we just have a picture there of a beautiful, healthy cell and a cell that is dying. We want to help you regenerate and rejuvenate and have as many healthy, young, happy, pluripotent cells as possible. Oops. This is my friend Marcy. She is becoming an amazing friend. And she learned about this technology when she was in between. She thought she was cancer-free. She had been through chemo, radiation, double mastectomy, and thought she was free of that stuff for a few months. And then it decided to come back with a vengeance. And so she learned about these patches through a friend who is a naturopathic doctor. And she was very depressed. She didn't want to go through all that horrific treatment again, and only to possibly have it come back. And so her naturopathic friend gave her 10 patches, and those 10 patches changed her life. She started detoxing. Within the first few days, she tasted heavy metal. And then from there, her skin started detoxing, but she felt and experienced a shift in her mood and emotions, and she felt hope again and energy. And she decided that she wanted to share this with the world. And we're so thankful she did. She's very high up on our team, and she is an amazing, most generous, wonderful human, on fire to share this with the world, because she got her life back. And we are very thrilled to be able to share this, because we never know who else is going to get their life back. And by the way, she is also cancer free, so has been for a few years. So this is our doctor friend, Dr. Harmon. He had an amazing result with a heart problem that traditionally doctors would say that never goes away. It went away. I mean, he doesn't have another explanation for it, but you can literally see him um, reverse age in the photos here. His hair did go back to more of his normal color. And it started from back to front. So he didn't notice it when he was looking in the mirrors, but his assistants at his office noticed it first. So many things that you think are not repairable or you need a surgery to repair could possibly be helped by these patches. And we have these photos to show you that of these people's results. It's not an overnight fix. So in this x-ray, this person was under chiropractic care, and they were using just the X39, and it took about 15 months. But if you see the regeneration that happened from the first photo to the second photo, it's pretty amazing. And they were probably out of pain long before the complete regeneration happened. But what an amazing result. And I'll just go through these just to show you just skin repair. I've noticed that on myself. This woman's décolleté down here. Guys, if you don't know what décolleté is, that means your chest area right here. This went from wrinkly and not very hydrated looking to hydrated and not wrinkly at all in 7 months. That's pretty quickly. And she was using the Alavita products and X39. And that helps your body create its own collagen and cartilage, helps your blood be the correct viscosity. It helps create new blood vessels where they need to go. It's incredible for wound repair. But this, pretty quick results here. So if you can just see for yourself how amazing this product is. Autoimmune things, we're kind of trained to believe you're always going to have it. But I like to challenge that thought. And we have some photos to prove it. And I keep hearing and reading and seeing pets have their lives improved and transformed. So this is the Labrador picture here is Brutus, and he was going blind, and he no longer was walking around his house. He just pretty much laid on his bed all day. And his owner got introduced to the patches and was using them for a wound on her leg. And Tracy, our friend, happened to say, hey, when you're done with those patches, when you use them, put your used patches on Brutus's collar. They'll just help him with his health and wellness. And the owner was like, oh my goodness, did you happen to know that Brutus was going blind? And they did not. So this picture of Brutus here is of him a week later, and he was up and around and following his owner around. So that's pretty amazing. So I would love, sorry, I went too fast. Fun stuff. So hey Jeff, are you available to share a story with us? Would
Absolutely.
you? That would be fantastic. Thank you, sir.
Well, there was three bears. They lived in the woods, and they had a friend named Goldilocks.
What about patches?
Okay, so I've got a couple of things to share about the patches, but I'll make it real quick. I got a call from a person who I haven't talked to for several years, and he's 77 years old. He was told that I was using a LifeWave. So he contacted me about the LifeWave product. He's had a bypass surgery and a hip replacement. He's been using LifeWave since October. When he had his hip replacement, he was up and moving. He drove himself home. This is what he told me today. And also on his bypass surgery, he went home 4 days later and he's had no problems. This was like January, February. So he was thrilled to know that I was using LifeWave and building a business, if you will, about it. He's down in Independence, Oregon, and I've known him for probably 20 years. So that was a nice surprise. I personally am seeing some benefits to using the LifeWave patches. I've been using them since March, and I have some issues that I'm seeing change. I won't get into the details, but I have growing testimonies, not only in my own world, but with people. I just got back from Israel. I had some amazing testimonies that happened there. Uh, LifeWave to me is a modern day miracle, and I can't wait to get people to say, okay, I'll try it, because there's a mindset that's been entrenched in taking a pill or running to the drugstore or whatnot. Well, if you've got a patch that doesn't transfer medicine into your body, but then stimulates your body to rediscover how you were made and starts correcting things in your body. Obviously, we can't say that everybody's going to be healed, but everybody so far that I've working with has had a different effect or something to say about the patches. For me, it's kind of like this is a miracle invention, and I just can't wait to share it with people. I think, Kim, you said something a while ago, and I'll finish with this. It's it would be almost an injustice to not share this with people, and I absolutely get that. One quick story: lady in Israel, we were on a trail. She was really suffering with knee pain. Her name is Lynn. She's in Ontario, Canada. She's in the process of moving. Going to reconnect with her when she gets that all done. But she's probably my age, maybe a little older, but she couldn't go any further. Her back was killing her and her knees. She sat on the stump and said, I just can't go any further. And what was ahead of us was Hezekiah's Tunnel, which was, underground. So we didn't do that. I stayed with her. I put two patches on her, one on her back, X39, and one on her knee. And a few minutes later, literally, God is my witness, she walked over to me and says, what did you give me? I said, well, these are patches. They kind of stimulate your stem cell. She said, my pain is completely gone. How did that happen? And she was able to finish the tour. I think this was like 3 days from the end of the tour. I gave her two more patches the next day. And she said, when we were boarding planes to go our separate ways, she said, Jeff, I haven't had the pain that I was suffering with for the first half of this tour ever since she gave me those patches. So that was a great testimony for me, and I'm going to tell that story to whoever will listen. And hopefully, we'll get her signed up as a brand partner, and she'll go ahead and create her own testimonies with the people she knows. So that's kind of my testimony here.
The
It's fun.
best. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you. That's cool.
It's
Super
really cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's right. I feel like it is an injustice not to share this technology with people. So we'll go back to the slide presentation, and Joy will share with us how to get it. Right.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joy, and I have actually dropped in the chat different product flyers and a form that if you're interested in purchasing, then you can get back to the person who invited you here, or we will have questions when we're done with this and answers, and we can help you with that and curating a pack for you. Hold on, sorry, just admitting somebody in. Anyway, so how do we get these patches? Well, you talk to us or get back to the person. How much are they? They're $149.95 retail, but we are thrifty and we like to Costco shop. And so we like to direct people to get them wholesale. And wholesale, they cost $99.95 for a 30-day supply. The X39 is the one that we've primarily been talking about tonight. And it is the one that actually tells your body to create GHK copper peptide, which studies show regenerates your body's pluripotent stem cells. And helps with sleep and a plethora of other things. The X49 actually works synergistically with the X39 and helps with bone density. It helps with changing fat to muscle faster. It helps with recovery after exercise, fast recovery after exercise, helps with organ function, and it helps with EMF protection. Which I think is amazing and one of the main reasons why I wear it myself. So there's also supportive patches, and we actually recommend that each person that starts, when they first start out, they start with X39 and also Eon, because Eon helps fight inflammation. It helps put your body into rest and digest. And when stem cells go to work, the inflammation can eat them. And so in order for that not to happen, we want the body's inflammation to be lowered so that the stem cells can go right to work repairing. We also have another patch called LifeWave, which is a 2-patch system. It's a 15-day supply. And it actually blocks the pain signal going from one side of the body to the other so that it'll interrupt the pain signal to help with having less pain so that your body doesn't put the energy towards feeling that pain and can actually put your energy towards repair. Alavita is another favorite patch. It is the second hardest working patch. It helps produce a ton of collagen in your body. It helps with joint lubrication. It helps with ligament and tendon support. It helps decalcify your pineal gland. It helps with hormone regulation. It helps with sleep. Helps lengthen your telomeres, which is a direct correlation of how healthy we are and longevity in life. And so it is another wonderful patch that we wear. And we can get these patches, these supportive patches, for $79.95 for a 30-day supply, or $49.95 if you buy them 3 at a time or in the wholesale pack. Next slide, please. There are multiple different patches that do different things, and we can talk to you about which ones would suit you best. Alavita has a wellness system that combines a day cream and a night cream with their patch system, so you can work from the outside in and the inside out. And so that is also a recommended thing for people who are wanting to, do a facelift, or if you just need good collagen support. So how do you get these wholesale? Well, there's 3 different packages that LifeWave offers. There is the core pack that is good for an individual, and it is available for $295. There's the advanced pack that is good for a couple of people, or a couple of friends or whatever, or family members, for $535. And then there's the premium pack for $1750, which we recommend to large families, or if you have practice where you're going to be selling them retail, then that would be a good way to go as well. One of the main things that we recommend is that you be consistent with the patches, because it took a long time for your body to get where it's at, and it's going to take time to repair. It takes a while for our
One
body
dog.
to repair.
Well, you want 2 years.
Anyway, so we suggest that people get on a monthly subscription for the patches, because for me, if I'm not on a monthly subscription, if I am not on monthly bill pay, time goes by and I don't remember. And we want to make sure that you actually have the patches to use on a continual basis, so that you regularly have them, so that they're working in your body. I'm super excited that I believe it's in July, I just heard, LifeWave is coming out with a light infused water machine. And this is a new type of water that has never been seen before on the market. And really promising as far as the results that they're getting. They're seeing results within 15 seconds to 2 minutes in all of the individuals that they've tested so far with this light infused water, and having amazing results. I heard something about somebody who had a broken bone being repaired really quickly, and other issues like repairing very quickly. And I'm just super, super excited about this new technology that is coming out that will be available soon. So every Monday and Tuesday night, you can find Cami, Tracy, and I here on your Zoom screen. And at 6 o'clock Pacific time. On Mondays, we do an intro. And on Tuesdays, we do an intro and then a deep dive on some other health topic. We'll do a deep dive and go into it and talk about different things and then correlate it to the patches. Marcy also does a patch info session on Wednesday nights at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Next slide, please. So what do we do next? How do you go on from here? Well, we're here to help get your questions answered. And we highly recommend, if you've never used the patches, to start with X39 and Eon, and then go from there based on whatever your goals are. I recommend most people do the gut regeneration challenge, just because that's like another thing, and I'll talk more about that later. But anyway, I want to invite you to have quality of life from now into the future, and to share this gift with your friends and family. And I feel a social responsibility now to actually tell people about it when I see them in pain or hurting, because my life was completely changed. And without my friend Tracy giving me patches and then continuing to feed me information for 6 weeks, when I was like, they look like a little Band-Aid, I would not be here today with you. And so I'm extremely grateful that I have my life back because of these patches. So what is your dream? What do you want your future to look like? I want to live healthy. I want to live younger, and I want to have quality of life. Next slide, please. So let's harness our light. We emit light from our bodies, and that's how night vision goggles work. And these actually take that light, reflect it back in a certain wavelength and frequency that actually signals our body to do different things and remind it how to heal itself. Next slide, please. That finishes our intro presentation for today, and we're going to stop the recording and actually open it up to questions now.
Thanks for joining us.